What's up, you wide open peeps? Today we're going to do some brake pads. My brakes here are looking a little rough, sound a little rough, and well, I just went ahead and got pads for all the way around. So let's get this show on the road. Had to go get some wood. Wrenches. Here we go. I'd say they were just a little low. Yeah, I'd say they were due for changing. Yeah, I run drilled and slotted rotors on an SUV because I like to drive. For those of you that don't know, R1 Concepts here, they make a really good product. I am not sponsored by them. They are not paying me to promote this product. I'm actually running their drilled and slotted rotors, and the kit that I bought came with some real aggressive brake pads, so I'm upgrading to a more street brake pad. So here we go. On there tight. Where's my hammer? All else fails, get out the dead blow. Whew, there we go. Episode of what I can screw up today. Yeah, I'd say they're pretty shot. Not a whole lot left there. You just want the inside. Get those. Let's see if it came with those clips. It did come with some grease. It did not come with new clips. On this episode of How to Fuck Something Up, as you noticed, I did not put any grease in there, and I did not scuff the rotors. And there's a reason behind that. So I come from a motorcycle road racing background, and every time we changed pads, which was about every race, we would generally put on a different set of pads and a different brand, a different composition, and it would kind of scuff in and sand that stuff off with the actual new pads itself. So the new pads would actually be scuffed into the rotor as the rotor sat. Now, I've never done it on a street car of any sort, but with these performance style rotors that are drilled and slotted, I don't foresee any issues, because the holes and the slots in there will actually clear out any bad debris or anything that's on the pad itself. So you can get mad at me, you can say whatever, yada yada yada, but it works. So let me get this put back together and we'll go from there. Some of you guys, oh, let me do this. Some of you guys like your brakes to be quiet and whatnot. I like to be able to hear mine. So if they're squealing, squawking, they're making any kind of weird noises, I want to know why. Yeah, I know, I want to hear about it. Torque specs, this spec, that spec, all the specs. I get it. You guys are going to give me a bunch of crap for not torquing everything down. You know what? It's okay. I got some pretty broad shoulders. I can carry a bunch of weight. I'm not scared of it. Bring it. Anyways, we'll move on to the next one. I'm sure I'm making a bunch of you guys cringe the way I do things. Well, sorry. Not sorry. At the same time. These weren't quite as bad, but show you what I got here. They're still pretty low, but looks like they're wearing unevenly. Oh well, I'll figure it out. Yeah, they sent me the wrong rears. So let me get the shit out of there. Now, the rears don't look bad anyways. There's a lot of life left on them. So I just like changing them all out at the same time. Well, that'll wrap up today's episode of doing some Wide Open Mafia type stuff. You know, got to do the routine maintenance and whatnot. If you don't have brakes, you can't stop. So, on that note, got to do a little test run. Got them all pumped up. Got some good brake feel. And I'm going to have to get them all bedded in. So, I am not going to record that because my bedding in process may or may not be of questionable legality. Anyways, see ya.